Hello and welcome back to our unusual day that is today. This year, of course, we all know Advent 4 and Christmas Eve fall on the same day, which happens to be the fourth Sunday of Advent. And it leads us to a situation where we are almost neglecting the idea of that fourth week of Advent. So, what I've chosen to do for our time together is to continue for this week on the final subject of Advent, which is also a really essential part of what we celebrate at Christmas time as well. The fourth subject matter is love. And to start us off on this area, I have chosen a quote by an author, Alexandra Ninkovich. I don't trust people. The good part is I really don't have to. I've surrendered my faith to a higher power and its unconditional love for me. Who am I to question its motives? Even if there are things I can't understand, this is why there's no need to trust people. If they are on my path, that means they are good for me. And the hymn that I've chosen for our subject matter for today is all about divine love. And it comes from our hymnal, hymn number 657. And so take a moment, settle into wherever you are, in a comfy chair, on the floor, in the seat of the car, wherever it is that you find yourself. And as you take a deep breath and let it out, let all that's pulling from you and distracting you away from things just sit for a moment while we hear the words to the hymn. Love divine, all love excelling, joy of heaven, earth come down. Fix us, in us, thy humble dwelling, all thy faithful mercies crown. Jesus, thou art all compassion, pure, unbounded love thou art. Visit us with thy salvation, enter every trembling heart. Come, Almighty, to deliver. Let us all thy life receive. Suddenly return, and never, never more thy temples leave. Thee we would be always blessing, serve thee as thy host above, prayer and praise thee without ceasing, glory in thy perfect love. Finish then thy new creation, pure and spotless let us be. Let us see thy great salvation perfectly restored for thee. Changed from glory into glory, till in heaven we take our place. We cast our crowns before thee, lost in wonder, love, and praise. This hymn was penned by one of the most famous and definitely one of the most prolific creators, Charles Wesley. And by prolific, some of the estimates land anywhere between 5,000 and 6,500 hymns written by just this one man. Now, this particular Wesley was born in 1707, and he was in the position of number 18 of the children of his parents. While he was at Oxford University, he became part of a unique and new group that called themselves the Oxford Methodists. Not surprisingly, with the number of hymns that he has created, he has got a hymn for almost every occasion, both in the liturgical calendar and in life itself, from when he was married to the birth of his children, every possible season of the calendar year. A poetic appeal to Jesus to come and be in his disciples' hearts and encourage a life fully dedicated to praising God is the heart of this hymn. From the letter to the Ephesians, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may have strength to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and to know the love of Christ that surpasses all knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. And now I'll leave you with a few questions that I hope you can find some time today to ponder. First one is, how would it feel to be lost in wonder, love, and praise? The next question is Jesus is described in the hymn itself as being all compassion. How can you show your love of others by acts of compassion? And finally, have you ever given or received unconditional love? How does that very idea differ from the other types of love that you have either given or experienced in your life? And so on this busy Advent 4 that slides very quickly into our Christmas season, I hope that you have the opportunity to contemplate what these words might mean to you as you hurry up and do your last minute preparation for the big day that arrives tomorrow. And until then, take care, and may God continue to bless you during this Advent season.